Disney doesn't usually admit defeat. When a ride stalls, they add fireworks. When a franchise cools, they thaw it with an origin story. But every so often, a project crashes so loudly that even the castle walls can't muffle the noise. Enter Snow White 2025, the film that was supposed to polish Disney's live-action crown and instead tarnished it so badly, the studio's now pretending it never existed. We're talking limited ad buys, phantom premieres, and merchandise that sits on store shelves longer than leftover fruitcake in February. Today we're diving deep into how a single remake spiraled into the cautionary tale Hollywood can't stop whispering about, and why rising star Rachel Zegler finds herself paddling for career shore while the ship behind her quietly sinks. But first, let's rewind to when this fairy tale looked like pure box office magic. Back in 2021, the idea was irresistible. Blend the cinematic sparkle of the 1937 masterpiece with 21st century sensibilities. Sprinkle in Oscar winner Mark Webb behind the camera, cast West Side Story's breakout Rachel Zegler for Gen Z, buzz, and crown it all with Gal Gadot's global star power glare as the evil queen. For a moment, it felt like Disney had cracked the code. Early fan art trended on Pinterest. Investors cheered another surefire billion-dollar princess parade, and even the most jaded critics admitted the ingredients looked gourmet. Then the interviews started. In a press junket clip that went from 10,000 views to 1 million overnight, Zegler laughed about the original prince being basically a stalker, promising her Snow would lead, not wait for rescue. The quote seemed harmless, until the comment section turned into a digital food fight over childhood nostalgia versus modern messaging. Within days, "Not My Snow White" was trending on Twitter next to heated political hashtags. The promise of progress had met the comfort of tradition, and sparks were flying. The embers became a bonfire when Daily Mail paparazzi leaked set photos showing only one dwarf on site, alongside 6 average-height actors in vaguely medieval costume. Disney clarified that final characters would be CGI composites respecting dwarfism communities, but the internet had already decided. Mickey had gone woke, and according to 500,000 angry tweets, would soon be broke. What came next felt less like movie marketing and more like livestream gladiator combat. Reaction channels wrung hours of content from 10-second sound bites. TikTokers stitched Zegler's interviews into comedy skits mocking every line delivery. Even mainstream outlets ran think pieces about Disney's identity crisis. Peter Dinklage's radio interview slamming the remake for progressive yet still reinforcing stereotypes added Ivy League gravitas to the uproar, while actor Dylan Postal delivered the blue-collar perspective. "We actually want those roles. Stop erasing us." Every negative echo made Disney's silence louder. Fans begged for a trailer. Disney teased one, then yanked it after 48 hours of savage meme-ification. The studio that once owned the conversation was suddenly reacting to it, and nothing shouts "lost narrative" louder than rushed PR statements no one believes. By late 2024, finance analysts whispered that Snow White's budget had ballooned to $330 million with reshoots, dwarf technology experiments, and marketing overhead. The release date quietly slipped from March 2024 to sometime in 2025, eventually landing on March 21st, a slot historically kind to pre-Easter family films. Insiders leaked stories of creative misalignment, a polite phrase meaning the suits were panicking, but couldn't agree on which panic button to hit. During an award season red carpet, Gal Gadot delivered a masterclass in diplomatic shade. Asked about on-set vibes, she smiled and spoke of teamwork not fully coming together, and many setbacks. Translation: the movie set was a malfunctioning carousel, spinning so hard that even Wonder Woman felt woozy. April 17, 2025 brought the headline Disney feared. Lebanon's censorship board blocked Snow White outright, citing the nation's Israel boycott list because of Gadot's nationality. Disney had weathered regional bans before, but this time the timing was lethal. Just as US pundits were predicting a shaky domestic opening, international markets began flickering like a faulty sign in a haunted house. Rumors erupted that Kuwait and Qatar might follow Lebanon's lead. Investors barely digested the news before Disney stock dipped 2% in after-hours trading. In an age where global grosses determine franchise greenlights, losing a region before opening night felt like watching a domino lean. Everyone wondered which tile would fall next. Nothing punctures a Disney balloon faster than dusty shelves. By holiday season 2024, big box stores ran deep discount early princess sale events, Yet Snow White dolls, tie-in tiaras, and mugs remained untouched. One Walmart employee snapped a photo of 4 entire aisles still crammed with untouched product the week before Christmas. The image landed on Reddit's r Wall Street Bets with the caption, "These dolls are starting to unionize." Thousands of upvotes later, the joke metastasized into truth. Audiences just weren't buying. Then came the clip that launched 1,000 think pieces. A TikToker strolls into a 2 p.m. Saturday screening, pans across row after row of vacant seats, and narrates in mock cheerful tone, "Plenty of legroom." Within hours, Snow White empty trended above actual world news. Memes comparing the turnout to a family group chat after you asked to borrow money sprinted across X, Threads, and even LinkedIn. When your flop becomes corporate culture meme fuel, your crater is deep. Rachel Zegler entered Hollywood as the Cinderella story. Unknown teenager plucked by Spielberg, Golden Globe winner before her 21st birthday. Now, columns debated whether she'd ever headline another tentpole. Leaked emails revealed she was once on Disney's shortlist for a Tangled reboot. Insiders now whisper the studio would rather eat glass than gamble again. Her co-star Andrew Burnap skipped the premiere entirely. Zegler's earlier quipped that all his scenes could get cut, aged like milk at noon in July. Press tour invites dried up. Agents worked overtime pitching romantic comedies and streaming dramas, but exec replies grew colder. "We'll circle back. In Hollywood speak, that's a gentle ghosting." While the fan inferno raged, Disney's accountants grabbed fire hoses. Marketing spend pivoted to the animated Moana 2 trailer drop, then Frozen 3 teasers designed to flood news feeds with happier headlines. Meanwhile, the once-touted Princess Cinematic Universe quietly vanished from investor decks. Analysts muttered about Marvel Phase 4 deja vu, ambitious slate, toxic buzz, soft returns. Disney's answer, a back-to-basics play. Fewer remakes, more animation sequels, and streaming-first risk dumps. Shareholders welcomed any plan not involving burned cash. But the trust deficit remained. Could the House of Mouse still read the audience? Or was it reading old fairy tales through cracked rose-colored glass? Every studio watched the bonfire, not to roast marshmallows but to study wind direction. Warner Brothers rushed marketing for Minecraft, a film literally about digital cubes, to remind families blockbuster fun can be friction-free. DreamWorks accelerated Kung Fu Panda 4, betting cuddly nostalgia beats cultural crossfire. Even Netflix slipped a cheeky tweet, "Our princesses survive trolls." When competitors meme your misery, the damage is officially industry-wide caution tape. Yet the narrative isn't as simple as slogan-friendly pundits claim. Yes, politics played a role, but so did over-budgeting, marketing missteps, and story choices that tried to please everyone and satisfied almost no one. It's a cocktail of hubris, haste, and hashtag warfare served in a poisoned apple. So where does the carriage finally stop? For Disney, a bruised balance sheet, a rethink of how fiercely to modernize sacred IP, and perhaps a humbler approach to fan feedback. For Rachel Zegler, the harsh lesson that viral charisma cuts both ways and goodwill evaporates faster than fairy dust. For audiences, a front-row seat to how billion-dollar dreams can implode in real time. Now the spotlight swivels to you. Does Zegler deserve a Hollywood comeback tour? Should Disney press pause on live-action remakes and refocus on fresh stories? Drop your hottest take below, DMN it. I'm reading every comment. Smash that like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive wake-up call Hollywood hopes you'll sleep through.